It's not safe to run like this, but we're still gonna run. We have so much going on with this car, so I'm a little stressed right now.
Pushing in the door of Jake Little.
All right, boys, we are fashionably late again. We were supposed to be at Trevor's at 6 o'clock, which meant we had to leave my house at like 5:30. We're leaving my house now and it's 6:07. We're doing great.
Squidward, the robots are running the Navy! Not the Navy!
But today is officially round 1 of Formula Drift Pro-Am, and this is something we have all been practicing and working towards for the past like 8 months, because last season we got absolutely demolished. So this season we went in, as you guys have seen, and got a boatload of practice, worked with some of the best drivers in the world, and we really got the car dialed to where it could be very competitive this season, and a podium position is somehow very realistic. So today we're gonna gun for it and see how high up we can make it. The first test run is going to be the seating bracket, which determines our place in the main competition. And then obviously the main comp, which is the most important. So stay tuned. Anyways, I'll see you guys at the lovely Sebring International Raceway. Yep, we've officially made it. We've set up shop. Now it's time to head out for practice. Finally got the new windshield banner in. There's a few FD Pro Spec drivers like Ryan and Colette, but should be fine. On top of that, there's 34 drivers. 2 people are gonna get knocked out in seating, and I'm really hopeful I'm not one of them. Let's run it. Lily, do you know where the headset is? All right, boys, let's get it. So the good thing is I have full communication with Lily in my ear. So she's gonna be spotting for me today, which if you don't know what spotting is, it's essentially when teams can go and like look at other drivers and give me insight on what is right, what is wrong, and etc. We're gonna try and chase first to get as much practice in as possible. Which burnout box am I going to, far or close? You'll be in the close one. The close one? Yeah.
Now, if you don't know what a burnout box is, when it comes to drifting, it serves a very important role that has nothing to do with burnouts. As you can see, I'm blowing figure 8s with the car to try and heat up the tires as evenly as possible, so I have a consistent tire pressure throughout the entire run. And to make sure I'm as ready as I can be for competition, I'm going to be doing this before every single run today to make sure that I am very comfortable on the most consistent setup I can get this car at.
I'm like fighting the car the whole time to try and grip up. If I can get it down to where the grip is good, we'll be golden, because I know this layout. We're running about 7 PSI right now. Tire might fly off.
right, we just got the first couple practice laps in. We're feeling somewhat confident. The track is just so unbearably slick, and I don't want to drop the tire pressure any lower because then it's just gonna fly off. So we're trying to find that happy balance, but my line is it's that first initiation corner. If I can figure that out a little bit better, we'll be dialed. All right, so we just got word that we are no longer competing in seating, which sounds like a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing. It means that we did well enough last season that we don't have to qualify to compete in this event. We're already in. The only downside of that is I don't get like a practice competition beforehand, which kind of sucks, but at least for the seating bracket piece, I don't have to risk getting knocked out. And I guess it's like not a terrible thing also because we have another like 2.5 hour practice after that. So we're gonna watch seating in a little bit, but in the meantime, we gotta do another interview. I don't know if you guys saw in the last video, we ended up doing an interview for some documentary that we're filming for us, our US Drift Circuit FD Pro-Am. I'm cool. They wanted me in my suit, and my balls are sweating. This is not very fun. So they're set up, ready to go, so we gotta go do a quick little interview, and then we can go watch some seating. All right, going out for the second practice session of the day. We're gonna try out a new lead lap and see how that does, because supposedly I'm cutting that corner at the end, but the guy I'm going up against supposedly is slow as f. So, with that information, I should be able to keep up with him. Well, during that last run, the lead driver ended up checking up on me, and I ended up having to slam on my brakes and straighten out. And during that process, we think something got screwed up within the steering, and it completely threw the whole car off. My initial thought was there was something wrong with the steering rack, as the entire system felt completely off, and it was like trying to steer with no power steering, which we've experienced this before, and it had to do with the alignment being absolutely horrendous. So it was off to do a string alignment on the track side with only an hour left until competition. So both the fronts gotta go toe out more. I'd set that up on a tripod because I'm gonna need help. But after adjusting the alignment and getting the toe all properly set up, we still noticed that my steering rack still didn't feel right. Why is my fucking steering locked? Now my thought process is, since it's an electronic rack, this is fucking up because of the electronics. So pull the positive one out, give it about 10 seconds, negative first, positive second, should clear the code. It's a redneck way of doing it, but it will get us fucking back out.
I never even said what happened,
So when I was coming in, when I was racing Catrone, I left foot brake, and then my ABS light came on, and then I had no power steering, and my whole steering rack felt. We redid the toe. Toe is as aligned as it's gonna get, and now we just gotta make sure that this battery is all good. But after going back and forth and trying to figure out what this could be, the steering felt a bit better. However, we were still concerned as we still had an ABS light on, which could have been triggering another issue. But my fucking ABS light's still on. I don't know how to shut that shit off. I've tried unplugging fucking everything. Let's go and run another lap and see if that fixed it, I guess. We got another hour of practice, but that realistically means 2 solid runs. Lovely, we have so much going on with this car. So we thought it was the steering, like I said. These tires are still good, but not good enough for comp, so we're gonna pull them off and throw on a fresh set. We're gonna run about 14 PSI for main competition, but I'm hoping and praying that the ABS line is fine. Because if it's not, we're out of luck. So I'm a little stressed right now, just a smidge stressed. All right, so we found the problem. The differential overheated. Well, we found a problem. I don't think that's the problem. But since the differential overheated, spewing
diff fluid everywhere. It's not safe to run like this, but we're still gonna fucking run. My ABS light came on, and for some up reason, it's taking all of the power away from my power steering because it's an electronic rack. So I have no power steering.
Where's the logic in that?
I don't know, and I checked the ABS line in the rear, didn't see anything, and then the ABS line in the front.
It's got a sensor. Like, what are those two wires saying? Is that an ABS sensor wire?
I don't think so. I think that's a wire to my bumper.
Find any two-wire sensors, probably gonna be your wheel speed sensor. That's your problem right there, probably. That's probably cut. Cut that out, place that back together. Get the other side. That's cut right there. That's your problem.
Is it fully cut?
It looks like it's pretty damn cut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's your problem.
Thank you. How much time do we have? 40 minutes. Trevor.
So we ended up discovering that the wheel speed wire was frayed, which if you don't know, on modern cars like this one can trigger a lot of other issues like cutting all of the power to your electronic steering rack, which after talking with our good friend Trevor and trying to figure out if we could even rewire this at the track, we discovered we didn't have the tools nor the skill level to try and fix this in time, as we had 40 minutes till competition, so I decided to run with no power steering or the ability to left foot brake.
Looks like I'm gonna be the one leading first. And I need to throw down a heater of a lead run to kind of take it easy on Chase. However, if I don't, then I am going to absolutely drive through his door because we are making it to the top 16. Unless I don't, then we'll just cut to the next scene. But we are making it. But we're waiting for Harry to go, and once Harry goes, then it's all fair game for us to go out, wait in some staging, and see what we can do. See what we can make happen. I'm more angry than nervous. We'll see how this car drives. Could go 50-50. Oh, someone went off. Now, a lot of what comp is also reviewing footage and watching how other people are going. So after, hopefully we win this battle, we already see kind of how other drivers are driving. That's kind of what Lily's job is as a spotter. But if I could get a little insight myself on top of that, that also goes a long way. Knock this one down, then we'll have 3 to go. Bumper off. Okay. All right, well, not the result that we wanted. As you could see, I was very upset at the time. Not because I was like of the result of losing, it was more or less because I lost of a stupid mistake of not backing up when I should have. So that was completely on me. If I gave myself, I mean, just a second more of drop back time, we would have been able to dive in the pocket and stay on him. Given there's a chance we still may not have won because my lead lap wasn't great, but I wouldn't have been as angry, especially after the start of that chase. The fact that I screwed that up with such a stupid amateur mistake just kills me. That is not how I wanted to start the season, but it is what it is. Yeah, we're gonna load the stuff in the trailer, head home, and call it a night. So sorry it didn't end the best, but it is what it is, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.